What Never Was is a short puzzle/story game where you walk around your grandfather's attic looking at his stuff with the intent of sorting it out, except you get sidetracked and start solving puzzles instead. You are Sarah, and you have a neat blue streak in your hair, and unfortunately your grandfather has recently passed, which is why you're sorting out his belongings for him. The game is very short, only about half an hour if you don't waste time like me, but it's short and sweet. The environment is really well done, vibrant and colourful with good textures, and the sound effects for the ground were good as well, differentiating between floorboard and carpet. The soundtrack was good and relaxing until you look through your magic necklace lens and then the music stops and everything goes dark, and it actually kind of got a bit creepy. For some reason I went into this game with the idea it was going to do a 180 on me and turn into some sort of horror nightmare, which was completely irrational since there were no horror tags and the game description was very nice and light-hearted. I guess I might have some trust issues I need to work on, but don't we all? The controls were pretty easy: WASD, C to crouch, Z to look closer, right mouse to interact, and E to inspect, which is code for hear your character talk about the same 3 book titles over and over. These are explained plain and simple with text pop-ups on the screen, which was nice. The zoom was slightly inconvenient on the chest opening puzzle just because you had to hold it for ages whilst you pressed the switches, but otherwise everything worked well. The puzzles weren't too difficult. I actually figured out 2 of them whilst not really understanding what was going on. The first puzzle with the globe I actually just guessed on a whim. Turns out there was a hint to it, but I didn't notice that and found it later, but everything still worked how it was meant to, so that was fine. Some puzzles get solved when you unlock your magical necklace ability, but as said, I didn't like using that ability because it made the music go away and the room go dark and things started glowing. It wasn't the nice kind of glowing either, it was the eerie glowing. The game's so short I don't want to say too much to avoid giving anything away. The environment and voice acting was really good, the puzzles were decent, and my biggest problem with it is that your character walks around like she's wearing cement shoes, dragging every inch of her feet across the carpet with all her might. The room you're in is very small, so it's not like you need too much pace, but a bit more than a shuffle would have been nice. Overall, it's pretty decent, again very short, and acts more of a story build-up than an actual story itself, but I'll give What Never Was a 7.5 out of 10.